Good morning, Wildcats. I'm Olivia, and this is WLHW. Now let's head over to our first segment.
Hey everybody, good morning. It's Ms. Petrosky here. Just wanted to talk to you a little bit about what we're doing in Spanish. I teach Spanish and French here, and you can see in the hallway we did a project for the Day of the Dead, which is a Mexican holiday that we learned about this past week or so. Some of the projects that the students have done are here on the walls, and you'll see them when you're walking down the hallway right next to my room. Hola, me llamo Ryan. So we made alebrijes, which is the spirit guy for the Day of the Dead. I'm just going to talk about some of the parts. So this is the cabeza, which is the head. It's filled with a lot of color. It's muy bonito, which is very pretty, even though it doesn't look that pretty. And then here are the patas, which are the feet. It is rosado, which is pink, and they are also very cool. And then we have the tail and the body and the wings, which are very colorful and vibrant with life.
Hi, my name is Grayson Davis. I'm just going to talk about the colors of the alebrije. Alebrijes are very, very colorful. So in this one, there's rosado, which is pink, amarillo, which is yellow, naranja, which is orange, morado, which is purple, and verde, which is green.
Hi, my name is Emma Black, and I'm going to be talking about Dia de los Muertos. So that stands for the Day of the Dead, and the Day of the Dead is a holiday that celebrates people who have passed on into the afterlife. They celebrate it by putting out ofrendas and candles and little flowers that lead the way to the graves and all around the city or the town of places in Mexico.
Now let's head over to our music spotlight.
What is your name?
Joe Isaacson,
What grade are you in?
7th grade,
What instrument do you play?
the cello,
How long have you played the cello?
since 6th grade.
What do you enjoy about orchestra?
The melodies and how Mr. Escobar lets us tune the instruments and shows us how to tune it and yeah, that kind of stuff.
In the next clip, what are we about to listen to?
Frere Jacques.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you.
And after that amazing segment, let's head over to World News with Grace.
Hey Wildcats, it's November 18th and it's time for Global News. Let's get started. First up, U.S. COVID cases across the country have continued to rise as the holiday season approaches. Many are traveling and staying inside more due to the cold. This causes transmission rates to grow. Coupled with flu season and common colds, large numbers of people are getting sick. So enjoy the holidays, but don't forget to wash and sanitize your hands frequently. In other news, the House of Representatives is voting on a budget plan this week. Think of this as a plan to spend money for the country. They are voting on a plan for $2 trillion for the budget deal. President Joe Biden has backed this plan, and now we'll wait and see if it passes. I'll keep you updated and dollar at you if it passes or doesn't. Well, that's all I've got for you, Wildcats. See you next time on Global News.
And for all those animal lovers out there, we have the 8th grade pet this week.
Hey Wildcats, I'm back again, probably for the last time. Today we have our final interview with Miss Keppel about her red-eared slider named Slider.
How did you get Slider? So I had a friend who moved to Texas about maybe 12 years ago, and she got Slider when he was probably maybe this big, and she had him in her office. She had a school, and so she did take him with her. So she said, hey, would you take my turtle for your class pet? And I said, sure, and he's just been growing ever since. So that was 12 years ago.
So what do red-eared sliders eat?
So red-eared sliders, I do feed him the algae sticks. They're like little green floating algae sticks, so he likes that. But he really likes crickets. He really likes mealworms. So sometimes Miss Rigby will come in and give him a mealworm. That's a real treat. I have dehydrated mealworms that he likes. And sometimes like little dehydrated shrimp. I know Miss Caps sometimes will watch Slider over winter break, and so she and her family spoil Slider, and they buy him like the little shrimp things. So yeah, so he doesn't have a very discerning palate. He kind of likes some of those meat things and then just some algae.
And what are some interesting facts about red-eared sliders?
Okay, so interesting facts. Well, they got their name because of the red ears. So you can kind of see as he pulls his head out, he's got those red ears. Their ears are actually not very good though, but their eyes, their vision is pretty good. Turtles live a really long time. So red-eared sliders can often live 40 years in the wild, but like in captivity or as a pet for maybe 50 to 70 years. So I'm sure that Slider's gonna outlive me. I'm trying to think. They like slow moving water, and they like a lot of sunshine, which is kind of hard in a classroom. So I have a UV light that I like to put over his cage so that he can kind of get some artificial sun. But he does like the sunshine. When he comes home with me for the summer, he likes to spot right in the window, and he'll sit often on his floating rock, and he'll sun himself during the day. So yeah, so that's kind of what I know about red-eared sliders. I'm sure you guys know some more stuff, but yeah, that's kind of it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Slider, all this freedom, right? You're like, wow, Miss Cup, you never give me that.
And last week, the book fair was in town. Let's take a look at the recap.
At the book fair, there's not only books, but tons of other stuff too.
At the book fair, you can also get all of these wonderful posters.
Hey Walton Wildcats, this is my book recommendation.
Hey Walton Wildcats, I'm here at the book fair. I'm Grace, and my book recommendation is Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Hello Walton Wildcats, I'm Natalie, and I'm here to tell you about this book at the book fair. This book is called Follow Me, and it is a great book. I forgot what I was going to say.
And last but not least, we have video game review.
Hello, my name is Gerard, and I'll be talking about the pros and cons of 2K22. Pros. NBA 2K22 allows you to create your very own My Player and experience life as a professional basketball star in my career. As your My Player develops, you'll be able to compete against online friends and strangers in the city or neighborhood. Cons. You'll get cussed out by random people on 2K and you might get scammed.
Well, that's all for today, folks. And just remember, in case I don't see you, have a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night.